right, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Laham Abachor Shal Yashar Allah. Shal Abba Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. Shalom, Shalom, Shalom to all of you. Shalom to the elect of Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. Starting with the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each tribe, into the innumerable multitude of the 1/3 remnant of men, women, and children, and into the speckled birds that are in the midst of these heathen nations that look like the heathens but are not. All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom to all of you. Before we get started with this quick hit lesson, we're going to face the east and give the much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA QADASH, Shabbat Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA QADASH, Shabbat Kol HALALYAM La Abanawa, Alahaya Nawa, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA QADASH, Shabbat. All right. Yahawah being the Heavenly Father's name, who the world calls God, which his name in the Hebrew is Yahawah, which means he is, he exists, he to be. BAHASHAM in the name, Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly and incorrectly calls Jesus Christ, which his name in the Hebrew is Yahawashi, which means he saves, he delivers, he is the savior for the nation of Yashar Allah in general, but only for the elect, the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each tribe, all right, to the innumerable multitude of the 1/3 remnant of men, women, and children, and unto the speckled birds that are in the midst of these heathen nations that look like the heathens, but are not, that have the spirit of a Hebrew Israelite within them due to the seed and pedigree of their father, all right? That is it. BAHASHAM in the name, RAWCHAA QADASH, Shabbat, and the Holy Spirit which art in heaven, all right? I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone GMS that taught us this truth and that rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. For you sincere Akim wa Akwath, you sincere brothers and few amount of sincere sisters that are tuned into this lesson. Abaratazah, that this lesson is edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point and plain upon the tables. All right, I'm your brother, I'm Nawa Allah, representing warriors for Yahawashi out here in Houston, Texas, 77089. All right, so without further ado, we're going to dive right into this. All right, quick testimony, all right, about be slow to anger, all right, to be slow to anger. Now, this happened two days ago, all right. I was debating on if I should do a quick hit about it, but I was also, pondering upon it, thinking like I handled myself pretty well, because if I, looking back to my old self when I was in the world, and some incident like that, which I'm about to go into, that happened, I don't think I would reacted the same as I would reacted now being in the faith. All right. So we're gonna get into this. All right. Shalom to the brother. Shalom. Yahawashi Barak, brother. Shalom. All right. Shalom. Shalom to everybody on the comment board. Shalom. Yahawashi Barak to all of you. All right. So all right. So 2 days ago, mind you, everything where I live, everything's within walking distance. So I don't drive nowhere, nor do I have a car anyway. So it doesn't matter. But everything's within walking distance. I can literally walk to Kroger's to get my groceries 5 minutes away. All right. So as I'm walking, right, I'm leaving my apartment complex. I have to cross the street. So I'm looking, look both ways. I see one car come. I let it go, and then I'm walking, and I see this one truck, but it's down the fucking road, so I'm really not worried about it like hitting me. But then all of a sudden I hear, like the gas being stepped on, like, and I wasn't even fully across the street yet. And I see this guy and another dude in the passenger seat, and they both, stuck their one of them stuck their middle finger at me and started laughing, thinking shit was funny. And I can't lie, like I looked a little bit, and then I kept walking, I kept moving forward. I was just like, man, it is what it is. It was also strange too, because I felt like I didn't know how to react in the spirit. I was just like, should I be offended or should I laugh? Ultimately it was both. I was just like, man, they're gonna get destroyed anyway. And it's our people too, mind you. It wasn't just some Edomite or something. No, it was our people. All right, two Issacharites, so-called Mexican, two so-called Mexican men drove by or floored it. Looked like he was really trying to attempt to hit me, and then stuck his middle finger up at me and just kept it moving. They both were laughing in the truck, thinking shit was funny. Which ultimately, in the end, it did offend me. So I was just like, all right, cool. Hey, shalak rayam to those people. It is what it is. They're going to receive their judgment anyway soon. All right. They're going to see, and the scriptures tell you that, woe to them that offend my little ones. Lord willing, would be of the elect. Hey, they done fucked up, man. All right. They really did done fucked up just by doing something like that. All right. I don't want to say it's a small thing, because you're basically saying, like, fuck you. Fuck you. I don't like you. I hate you. In other words, right? So fast forwarding now, right? I already went to Kroger's and stuff. I was going to the smoke shop, and I usually go to the smoke shop so I can get incense, right? So on my way over there, I'm walking, and it's basically like the same incident, man. The same incident. I'm literally walking to the smoke shop, and I'm about to cross the street. And mind you, it's kind of late, not really. It's like 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock ish. Kind of late, right? And these two Northern Kingdom women, as I'm literally, I see that they're at the stop sign, right? So I got the right of way, so I just walked. I started walking. Mind you, I'm still vigilant. I'm looking, but they floored it. And it literally, and I'm talking about, like, I was maybe like this close as they walked or drove by me. And then you see the women like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm just looking like, oh man. Like, literally, if I was in the world, I would have cussed out the dude that put the middle finger up at me, and I would have started an issue, especially with these damn women too. Because that's already a whole nother story. But look, that shit, if looking at it from a worldly perspective, for me being in the world, my old self, I would have never handled it, how I handled it. Me being in the ministry today, me being a spiritual man, right? I would have been very, very mouthy, extra as hell. You know how Jake is in the world. So yeah, it just would have never went well. The cops probably would have got involved, right? I probably would have got locked up because I'm scared for my life, whatever, right? Or if it was those men, I probably would have beat the shit out of them. And then I probably would have went to jail too. So double whammy, right? But that's besides the point, right? The point is that I was able to handle myself in such a spiritual manner that I was, I just kept quiet. I grunted, I'm just, clenching my jaw and shit, walking straight, and just kept it moving. And I'm just in my head, like, constantly thinking, like, hey, look, it is what it is. Yahawashi sees all these things. Honestly, I felt like it was just a test anyway to see if I'm gonna, get upset, because things like that do, spark, it gets me fucked up in the spirit, but I just kept it moving. I was peaceable about it. And, by the end of the night, it was something that I forgot about. Not really, but, I just didn't really overthink about it like how I usually do when I was in the world. I used to overthink about shit. All right. But, this lesson is going into, being slow to anger, to control your anger, because at the end of the day, if you don't control your anger, right, and you act in accordance with what your flesh wants to do, the desires of the flesh, somebody almost hits you or they put the middle finger up at you, you just be like, oh, what's up, damn, bro? What's up, nigga? What you gonna do? You act all carnal and shit, then you get into a scuffle, right? You might get locked up. The police might come and guess what? Lock your ass up. Not them. They're gonna lock your ass up. All right, and that's because your ass is being carnal, right? Scripture says what? That a carnal mind is enmity with the Most High, Yahawah. All right, we are to be spiritual, right? Spiritually minded, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. All right. So without further ado, I just want to get a few scriptures, a few precepts on the matter, and then Lord willing, we'll close it out straight to the point, plain upon the tables. All right, not trying to make the lesson too long. All right, but going into controlling your anger. All right, this is how you know that you are truly changing into a new creature that Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi truly desires you to be, truly wanting you to be. All right, he wants us to be more spiritual and not carnal. All right. So, oh shit, I opened up to it. Damn. All right. Anyway, we're gonna get the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7 through 9. All right. It says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart." So look, we already know, being in this ministry, we know through the spirit and power of Yahawashi that this is, we're in captivity. Yet this very day, we are still in captivity, right? And we are oppressed by all the things that we see that is made manifest here in America, Babylon the Great, all right? By means of the oppressive ruler, the Edomites, the so-called self-proclaimed white people, right? All right, so oppression maketh a wise man mad. All right, so one, we're already upset that we here and dealing with all this wicked ass shit because it's contrary to the scriptures, it's contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments, it's contrary to righteousness of Yahawashi. So one, that's already on our mind. We hate this place, right? And two, we got to deal with the wicked ass folly shit from these wicked ass 2/3 too. All right. So hey, oppression maketh a wise man mad. This is verse 8. It says, "Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit better than the proud in spirit." All right. Most definitely, we are to be patient. All right. Patient in spirit. Not so hasty to fucking act in accordance with what the flesh desires, man. Hell no. All right. Because literally you act in accordance with what the flesh wants, right? In a carnal manner. All right. It could potentially be a demise, man. All right. Simple. Verse 9, it says, "Be not hasty," meaning don't be so quick to do what? "In thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools." I can't lie, this one cut me. This one cut me because I came back to the crib, I'm just like, man, fuck. I hate this shit. This dude put his middle finger up at me. I was like, man, if he came out the truck, I would have beat his ass. Like, I was just upset. But then it's just like, I start to think like, okay, a carnal mind is enmity with the Most High, Yahawashi. And look, in verse 9 in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, all right, verse 9 says, "Be not hasty in spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools," man. All right, look, at the end of the day, Yahawashi had the spirit upon me to just, as this dude put the middle finger at me and kept driving, thinking shit was funny, almost hitting me, hey, I just kept it moving and being peaceable, right? As if nothing happened. I was like, okay, don't get me wrong, I was mad, all right? I was very upset, very irritated because, he disrespected me. He said, fuck you, basically, all right? But at the end of the day, I kept it moving. I was being spiritual, and I did what I was supposed to do that day, all right? That was my mission. I had to go get something at Kroger's and then walk back to the crib, all right? That was my mission. Simple. Hey, shalom, brother, shalom. Shalom, Yahawashi, Barak. Shalom to all the brothers and sisters on the comment board. Shalom, Yahawashi, Barak. All right, going into a quick testimony about, me being almost hit twice in one day. Damn it. But keeping it spiritual, not being angry about it. I didn't act in accordance with what the flesh truly wanted. All right. So we are to not be hasty into acting in accordance with what this flesh wants, because I can't lie, it would have been bad for me. Not bad for anybody else. It would have been bad for me. It don't matter if I beat the dude up. Okay, what does that do? I beat his ass, and then what? Then the cops come. Then boom, I'm arrested. Right? It just doesn't work out for you in the end. All right. So that's why we are to be spiritually minded, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. All right. So let's get this in the book of Ephesians. And bear with me. I'm using the sword. All right. The book of Ephesians, chapter 4. This is verse 26 through 27. It says, "Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Neither give place to the devil." Man, I ain't gonna lie. Very tempting, very tempting. Especially as I made my way to the end of the across the street. I was very tempted to turn around and just be like, "What's up then?" Like very, very tempted. But hey, we are to not give place to the devil. Not let these demons try to provoke you to do something, that's going to be undelightful in the sight of the Lord, Yahawashi. All right. We are to not be angry. We are to not, we can be angry. We just can't sin, right? Because we're angry. All right. And that's what would have happened if I was in the world. If I was in the world and this same situation occurred, all right, I'm going to be real with you. I'll probably be in jail right now because I would have fucking beat the dude's ass. All right. Simple. Simple. So we are to not be, we are to not dwell on our anger and do something in accordance with the flesh and what it desires to do. Ultimately, that's is going to be, something undelightful in the sight of the Lord, in which He delighteth not in, man. All right, hell no. Ultimately, guess what? It could be your demise. All right, it could be your downfall for being carnal. All right. Let's get the book of James. The book of James, chapter 1, verse 19 through 20. Bear with me. Okay. All right. The book of James, chapter 1, verse 19 through 20. All right. It reads, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath, for the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of the Most High Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi." Simple, man. All right. If I acted in accordance with what the flesh desired and really wanted to whoop his ass, all right, and I did that, hey, I'm not working the righteousness of Yahawah BAHASHAM Shai, man. I'm being carnally minded, therefore doing something contrary unto Yahawah BAHASHAM Shai. If I do that and beat his ass, guess what? I'm probably gonna get my ass whooped somewhere else. All right, Yahawah BAHASHAM Shai is gonna be like, look, I'm gonna humble you now. I'm gonna humble you, right? Shit, I don't want no smoke. Nope. We are to be spiritually minded, all right, and don't dwell on the anger that's residing within us, all right. Because wrath, like it says here, for the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of the Most High, man. Hey, it is what it is. Let's get the book of Proverbs. Proverbs is very heavy, man. I got a few of them in Proverbs. Proverbs is heavy. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16. Wrong one, slack here. The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, all right, verse 32. It says, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city." All right, now I want to get this in the GNT version, all right, before I even say anything. It's beautiful in the Good News translation. All right. All right, so the book of Proverbs, same book, the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 32 in the Good News translation. All right. And it reads, "It is better to be patient than powerful. It is better to control, Salaki, it is better to win control over yourself than over a whole city or over whole cities." All right, so it's better to have self-control than, to take and, do something in this world that is considered to be high and mighty. All right, literally, we need to have more self-control in this, in this ministry. How Elder Gabar says, in this thing of ours, right? We need to have more self-control, right? Because it's not about the perfection; it's about the progressions that we throughout the faith that we accomplish. All right, these certain things that we accomplish in the faith. All right, and ultimately later on and down the line, you're able to see, like, oh shit, I am truly changing. I'm truly developing, into something that Yahawah BAHASHAM Shai, Lord willing, truly desires, man. Truly desires me to be, which is what Barak, one of the elect men, to be, righteous. All right, because literally, like I said, man, if I was in the world, I would have never done the same. I would have never done the things that I did. All right, I would have never done any of those things that I did when homeboy freaking put his middle finger up and almost hit me, or when those women later on that night, the same day too, when she almost tried to hit me and then try to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I just kept it moving and I was just being spiritual about it. I was like, damn, it's the second time today. The fuck? It's not my day. In my head, just going through it, but I just let it be. Just let these things be, let them pass, and let Yahawah BAHASHAM Shai deal with it. All right, I was pissed, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna act in accordance with what I truly desire to do in the flesh, which is to fight people. All right, but that's just not what we are supposed to do. All right. Let's get the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. All right. The book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. It says, be not a witness against thy neighbor. Oh, so like this is not the right one. Okay, yeah, I was in 24. All right. The book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 28. He that hath no rule over his spirit or over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Now look, the GMT sounds fire. All right. All right. Same book, the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28 in the Good News translation. It says, if you cannot control your anger, you are as helpless as a city without walls open to attack. Damn. All right, man. Yahawashi, man. All right. That's why it behooves us, Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, to have more control over the desires of the flesh. All right. And, speaking for myself, first and foremost, I have to have more control over the flesh. Not that I'm saying that I went off and fucked the dude up or something. It's just there's always room for improvement. We're not perfect. All right. So there's always room for improvement. Right. So we are to, be not so hasty to get into that anger ass, mindset or angry mindset and act in accordance with what the flesh desires to do, which is what ultimately wicked and contrary unto Yahawah, man. All right. Let's get Proverbs chapter 19. All right, Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 11. It says, the discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over the transgression. Same thing. Look, watch this. Look in the G&T. Look what it says. All right. The book of Proverbs 19 and 11 in the Good News translation. It says, if you are sensible up here, all right, sensible, you will control your temper. When someone wrongs you, it is of great virtue to ignore it. And I can't lie, hey, that's literally what I did through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. All right, truly trying to become that new creature that he desires us to be. All right, set apart from this fucking wicked ass world, man. Like I said, if I was of the world, I would have done something so fucking wrong that literally it would have cost me to go to jail. Simple. But me, me being in this faith, through the good graces and mercies of Yahawashi, right? I have converted over into another, way of thinking, I guess, ways of operation, not acting in accordance with the flesh. Because if I did, I would be in jail right now, man. But look, at the end of the day, I ignored these things and just kept it moving. Was being spiritually minded and just kept it moving and said, fuck it, look, I'm going to try my best and I'm going to let Yahawashi do the rest. So I ignored this nigga. I brought Yahawashi fucks his ass up when he least expects it, because that's what's going to happen. Yahawashi is not quick to forget these niggas and what they be doing to his little ones. Lord willing, will be of the elect. All right, because that shit fucking offended me, man. That shit fucking offended the shit out of me. All right, but I kept it spiritual. I didn't do anything, and Lord willing, Yahawashi, does whatever he has to do to those people. All right, Lord willing. Now we're gonna get to the book of Psalms. All right, it's the last scripture. Not trying to make it too long. All right, but these scriptures is fire, man. There's multitude of precepts that we could get into, man. All right, but getting straight to the point. Don't want to beat a dead horse. I probably already am doing that, but these scriptures got to come out really quickly. Let's get the book of Psalms chapter 37. All right, we'll end it off with this. The book of Psalms chapter 37 and verse 8, it says, cease from anger and forsake wrath, and fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Damn. Now let's get that in the G&T. All right. Bear with me. All right. The book of Psalms, same book, chapter 37 and verse 8 in the Good News Translation. It says, don't get into worry or anger. It only leads to trouble. Simple. That's a mic drop. It only leads to trouble. So what are we to do? Literally, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Now, it's different. Don't get me wrong. It's different if somebody's, if they put their hands on you, all right, do what you got to do. I'm going to be real. I'm going to do what I got to do too. Somebody put their hands on me, especially if I'm peaceful, like, hey, look, chill, I don't want no problems. I'm going to just try to move away. And if they step in my way and shit and then try to push me, hey, all right, may HALALYAM be with me to whoop this nigga's ass and keep it moving. Simple. I'm not trying to kill the dude. Just keep it moving. All right. Simple. But look, at the end of the day, I kept it moving. Homeboy drove, almost tried to hit me. Woman tried to hit me. I kept it moving, kept it spiritual. All right. And didn't, act in accordance with what the flesh truly desired, which is to be very carnal. Simple. All right. So in other words, don't act in accordance with the flesh. All right. Be slow to anger and have more self-control over this flesh. All right. Especially in these days that we're coming into, all right, the evil times in which we are in the midst of right now, right? It's only going to get worse. That's nothing. Shit. That was nothing. All right. It's only going to get worse out here. All right. And mind you, this Houston, it's bad. All right. So look, without further ado, all right, we're going to shut this lesson down. Didn't want to make the lesson too long. All right. RAWCHAA, that this lesson was edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point, plain upon the table. RAWCHAA, you learned something. All right. So before we close out, we're going to face the east and give the much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, Wahar, QADASH, Shabbat Shemayim. All right, double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone GMS that taught us this truth and that rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. For you, sincere Akim, Wa'akwa, you sincere brothers and few amounts of sincere sisters that'll tune into this lesson or tune into it afterwards. RAWCHAA, that this lesson is edifying and exhorting into you, straight to the point, plain upon the tables. I'm your brother, I'm Nawa'Allah, representing Warriors for Yahawashi out here in Houston, Texas, 77089. All right, so without further ado, we're going to shut it down and drop the mic on this one. On to the next one, man. All right, Shalom. Yahawah Barak AHTHAM.